Hey, hello, and welcome to Let's Talk About It. I'm your host, Jennifer, and today we're going to talk about 10 qualities women love in masculine men. Everybody say hello, my panelists.
Hi
Hello.
there. How are
Hey.
you?
I'm great. So we have Kathy, Jennifer, Mercedes, Fritz, and Shanae. All
Shania.
right. Shania, I knew I was going to get it wrong. I apologize. Okay, all right. So today we're going to talk about 10 qualities women love in masculine men. We'll unravel the secrets behind the qualities that make a man undeniably attractive. We'll explore the traits that not only pique interest but also foster strong connections. I'm not sure how true this statement is, but we'll play the first track. This will be the intro about how women love masculine men.
Women love masculine energy. Plain and simple. No way around it. They not just love it, they crave it, they yearn for it, they are attracted to it. And a man who exudes masculine energy is a man who is not just going to be successful with the ladies, he's going to be successful in life. All right. But we're focusing on what women love to see in men when it comes to these masculine qualities.
Okay. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Kathy, tell me, do women crave masculine energy from men?
Yeah, I would say like 99% of the women does that, including me.
Okay. All right. What about you, Mercedes?
You wasn't expecting that answer.
First, how do you feel about it?
Yes, yes, I prefer masculine than feminine energy. Men, I don't
Okay.
want feminine.
Okay. All right. Jennifer?
Yeah, I prefer men to be very masculine indeed. And I like men who can be very protective of me.
Hold on.
Okay.
What about you? Hold on. What about you, Fritz?
Do I like masculine energy?
Don't answer that. Don't answer that. Last but not least, go ahead. Oh my gosh, I'm going to butcher your name again. Thank you. I
Yeah,
said it
I,
right. Yeah, okay.
yeah, I like masculine men too.
Okay. So this guy is going to turn around and name 10 signs of masculine men. The first being dominance.
Number one is dominant energy. So that's having a strong presence. But I want to go beyond strong presence. Essentially, having that dominant energy is just, again, it's being aware. It's standing strong in who you are. It's being comfortable in who you are. And again, because there's a very specific thing that I want to talk about when I say dominant energy that some of y'all might feel uncomfortable with, but I feel the need to talk about this and I'll explain why. So I'm really leaning towards dominant energy in the bedroom. All right. And here's the reason why I felt it was important to have this discussion. Now, I'm going to make clear to you, I'm a believer in abstinence is a great thing. Yes, for men. All right. Especially for those who are believers that waiting till marriage is quote unquote what's best. I understand that's not going to be the dynamic for a lot of people. I'm not necessarily encouraging to go out there and have sex. I'm acknowledging that since you are engaging or you may engage in this, that you need to be aware of this dynamic of carrying this more dominant energy in the bedroom. And here's one of the big reasons why I felt the need to talk about this. I remember one time I met a girl, this was years ago, and she had this guy, and he was a really good dude. I mean, he did everything for her. He was great. And she said, I love him. I'm not trying to let him go. But it turned out that she was out there sleeping with other dudes. The point is, I had talked to her, I was like, yo, you're telling me you love this guy. You're telling me he's so awesome. Why are you sleeping with someone else then? And she said, because when it comes to the bedroom, he's so passive. And I'm not able to get what I need from him sexually. So I get that from other men. But I'm in no way trying to leave the man that I have because he's great in every other way. Now, that stuck with me because it helped me realize how there are a lot of men out there who are good, genuine dudes, and you love your girl, but you're lacking that balance of dominant energy at the very least in the bedroom, at the very least. And she's craving some of that.
Hold on, real quick. I want to ask Fritz this question. Fritz, because I know this conversation is going to be dominant by the woman, but I want to ask you this question: if you found out, let's just remove sex from the whole thing. Just to say, if you found out that your girl said she's cheating on you because she doesn't feel like you masculine or dominant enough in dealing with her, would you feel some type of way about it? Would you feel like you dodged a bullet? Like, how would that make you feel, especially if it's somebody that you care about?
Well, initially I would feel disappointed, and disappointed to myself if that would be the case, if someone would see in me a lack of that type of masculinity that they are looking for. Even as a sibling, a sibling to my younger sister, if my younger sister would not see me as someone who would and could protect her or provide for her, then if she would say to me that, kuya, or brother, you would, I don't feel protected when I'm with you, or something like that in those lines, then definitely I'd feel disappointed to myself as well.
Got you. So you do you agree with him saying that being dominant is very important, and you think it's very important in the relationship from a man's standpoint?
Not necessarily being dominant, but taking the lead and taking the initiative to whatever that needs to be done, what needs to be done. So, yeah, something like that.
Got you, ladies. The floor is yours.
I'm gonna say his girlfriend was for the street. He dodged that bullet. Pew pew. You better go ahead and pass. She was for the streets. You're not gonna tell me she kept him for everything else except that. That's crazy.
Hold on. Can I throw a question out there real quick?
Go ahead.
Because when my man was talking, I purposely went to go look at everybody's face, and everybody kept a straight face, except for Kathy. Kathy rolled her eyes to the side when he said in the bed, dominant in the bed. So Kathy, is my purpose here to pick on you a little bit and ask you, why was you thrown off by him saying dominant in the bed?
Okay, you are in bed, you have to engage with both of you. So one of you, okay, when you become dominant, you're the one who's controlling everything. It's kind of boring.
Are you speaking from experience?
You knew he would. Oh. Oops.
Take it away, Jen.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna say that. Yeah, we're airing out dirty laundry.
Yeah.
So how do the other ladies? How do y'all feel about it? I mean, because really, honestly, if you look at the other 9 signs, he is actually referring to strictly dominance in the bedroom. And I understand what Kathy is saying, but also I think it's just communication. I wouldn't want someone, when I think of dominance in the bedroom, I think of dominance in the bedroom, I think of, yeah, I'm not going to take no for an answer. I know that sounds, and honestly, I feel like they wouldn't listen because they feel like they know everything. They know what you need. But how do you ladies feel? Especially, I'm going to ask Mers and Jennifer. That's what I'm saying. Yes. So I wouldn't put anybody else on the spot.
Shania, we're going to save you.
Even though Kathy, he threw you under the bus, but go ahead. Either one. Mers, go ahead. How do you feel?
For me, I think women feel more feminine if the man exudes a masculine energy, if he takes charge, especially in bed and in every aspect of the marriage, of the relationship. Because if he's masculine, then actually that defines her feminine side. And you wouldn't want to take charge, especially in bed. And if your man doesn't have that qualities, probably you can talk to him. Like when it comes to the problem that you have, both of you can talk, right? But of course, especially if you have problems in bed, you can also talk about it and not choose to cheat instead.
You wanted to say woman bed now. Gotcha.
I really like what Kathy said. Yeah, the man should take the lead, but also the woman should engage as well.
Okay. Okay. All
Hold
right.
on.
So
Hold
go
on.
ahead.
Let's
What were
give
you gonna
Shania
say?
an opportunity to.
Oh
Shania,
gosh.
you got any advice you want to give these young ladies?
Don't fall on your sword now.
Yeah, I think both should take charge.
I'm not gonna throw you
Because
under the bus neither.
Mm-mm.
Amen to that.
Mm.
yeah, like
They've
they should both in the activity.
Yeah, they would have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Good point. Okay, so the second one would be confidence.
Now, the second masculine trait that women love is confidence. Getting on confidence, more specifically, understand confidence isn't always getting it right. It's not being afraid to get it wrong. And let's even use a sports analogy. It's not making every shot. It's not being afraid to take the shot. That's what confidence is. And so in life, it's about not walking around in fear, not walking around worried about, well, this isn't going to work. Just do what you got to do. Be you, live your life, stand strong in who you are. Take chances, take risks sometimes. Be confident. Again, you may fail. You may get something wrong, but you pick yourself back up and you keep it moving. And that level of confidence is going to exude masculine energy in a way that attracts women to, or makes your woman more attracted to you.
All right, Jim. Before you get into that, let me ask, because I want to give you an opportunity to share some of your insight on this manly topic. Do you feel like confidence? Do you agree with him? Being confident is something that women are attracted to?
I would say being confident is attractive to anyone, I would say. Because I think confidence is coming from the thought or the fact that you know who you are and you know what you want to do and you want what you want to pursue.
I don't mean to cut you off, man, but I'm not attracted
Sure.
to confidence. What do you mean by confidence is attracted to everyone? You gotta have to break
Well,
that down. You can't. That one went past. That couldn't go past my head. I couldn't let it go.
yeah, sure. So for example, you know who you are, you know what you want to do. It's for example, I'm attracted to someone who has a direction, and whatever comes in her life, may it be ups and downs and lows and highs, she knows what she wants to pursue. And that's, I think, also for a woman, she wants a man who knows his direction and who knows what he wants to pursue and who knows his dreams and who knows his aspirations and who would do anything, fail or success, and have that confidence to still continue and pursue his passion or her passion. So I think, yeah,
I got a
that's what
question.
I'm.
I got
Sure.
one more question for you, and then as I ask this question, I'm gonna let the ladies answer the question as well, and then I want to let Jen take over. My question to you is: if you was walking with your girlfriend Wheeler, and let's say you was walking down the street with her, y'all was holding hands, and there were 10 guys walking past y'all, and as they were walking past y'all, all 10 guys was like saying something to your girl, saying that, oh, you're beautiful. And pretty much, let's say they were saying, they all was commenting that she has a nice figure or a nice butt or something like that. You know what I mean? Something that you would take disrespectfully. My question to you is, would you turn around and address the guys, or would you keep it moving? And what do you think your girl would want you to do? Would she want you to turn around and say something to the guys and address them? Or would she tell you to keep it moving as well?
Like a die on that spot, like address those guys.
You would address them?
Of course, yeah.
So you would willingly exuberate dominance or confidence and potentially get yourself jumped for the 10 guys.
Right.
Okay.
If I can beat 2-3 of them, and the 7 of the others would beat me, just
would you want your woman to want you to do that? Do you think she would expect you to do that?
She would not let me. I know, obviously, it's her dignity, and I know that she would also feel offended if 10 guys would do that to her. So by letting it pass, if I would let it pass, then definitely I'm not willing to protect not only my girl physically, but emotionally and her dignity as well.
All right, can I ask this question to the ladies? Would y'all find that type of confidence attractive? Would you expect your husband or boyfriend to address the 10 guys? Or would you tell him, honey, let's go, let's keep him, don't pay attention to him? Ladies.
I think I would just let it pass because I'm a peace-loving person. I don't want him to get involved physically or get him into trouble.
Okay. What about everybody else?
For me, I would let it pass because if, let's say we meet 10 people, different people, and they say they just compliment or say something, is he going to fight all of them? So I would tell him, let it pass. Let's go.
Okay. What about you, Shania?
Yeah, I'd also want him not to do anything because there are 10 and there are only 2 people, so they may do something bad to us. So you just have to let it go.
What about you, Mercedes?
I prefer not to say anything, but I would want him to turn the situation around, get that chance to compliment me. Yeah, she has nice body and face and she's mine, It's like that. Like get that chance to compliment me instead and hold my hands and we continue to walk.
Okay. That was smooth. I don't know if I would have thought about that on the spot, but you had some time to think about that answer, so I like it. Jennifer, what about you, Jen?
I was going to say the same thing. I would say, yeah, I wouldn't want him. I don't think that him bucking up to them is necessarily confidence. I think it's more assertiveness or aggressiveness. I don't think, yeah.
I wouldn't do it for a stead neither, especially where I live at. You are 10 guys. I'm not getting jumped for that. That's not I'm not taking no L for that. I wouldn't. Yeah. Unless it was like 10 little kids and they was like, or like little teenagers.
My sister's husband just got killed for 6 teenage boys.
Yeah. See, here they shooting and stuff. So
yeah, they shot him.
And to a certain degree, you might have to worry about the young boys more than you have to do about the older guys, because the young boys here, it's quick they can't fight. All they do is shoot and run. They shoot and they hit nothing most of the time, and then they run. But yeah, Rich, you a bold man. But go ahead, Jen. I'll let you go. I just wanted to ask that question.
That would be what we have on confidence, and then the third would be decisiveness.
Third masculine trait in men women love is decisive. It's important that you become a decisive man, a man who knows how to make decisions and get to a decision as quickly as possible, not rush through it. Don't get me wrong. Do your due diligence, consider different factors. If you are in a relationship, yes, consider her opinion, talk to her, get her feedback, but you've got to be able to come to a decision. When you're being indecisive, it can give off an energy of weakness, all right? Just in your inability to decide something, but also think about how it lingers. If it does start to depress you, make you tired, how does that translate to the woman who's with you? Now she has to be around you while you're in this sad state, while you seem to not be able to function at your highest level. That's not going to exude masculine energy. So the quicker you can come to a decision, the better, all right? And if you are a man of God, pray. Learn to pray to help you get to quick decisions.
I 100% agree with that. Not necessarily with the quickness, but when my husband says something, if that's the decision, that's it. Period. That's it. So how about you ladies? Let's go to the married ladies first. So Jennifer.
I agree that the man should make the final decision, but then not before we both have discussed the matter and have come to an agreement or something like that. We have both agreed on it, but he has the final say.
So even if you don't agree on it, he would still have the final say? Let's say you come together, like I said, for my husband, if we don't agree on it, he still has the final say. So would you have to, does him having the final say, do you have to agree on it?
I guess if it's a difficult decision for both of us, I would have him have the final say.
I want to interject real quick.
Uh-huh.
And it's beautiful that you will allow him to have the final say. My question is, do you find that attractive? Because this guy is saying that these are qualities that women love in a man. So do you love the fact that he is decisive and he has the final say? That's the part I want to know. I'm happy that you do that for him, and I don't know if all the other ladies do, but do you want a man that can insert himself at that point in time? And is that a
Yeah,
quality your husband have?
that's a masculine quality for me.
Is that something your husband has in your relationship?
Sometimes, but sometimes he does. But most of the time, he just makes me get the final say. But I would want him to give me the decision himself.
What about you, Mers?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Jenny. I also like to be heard before my husband arrived to a decision. But if in case that my point or my decision doesn't be considered, or he arrived to a different decision than mine, then that's okay for me as long as my opinion was heard. And I am a strong believer that men should always lead the relationship and the family because they are next to Christ and usually they get a vision. So I trust that with men.
Kathy, so you're on this dating app and this guy, you guys set up for your first date, and he tells you that you guys are going to a seafood joint, but you already said in your dating app that you're allergic to shellfish, but he was like, he made a decision. Is that attractive to you?
No, he's going alone. He's going to eat the food alone. I'm not going. Okay, a man is attractive when he makes decisions, but as Ma said, being hard is kind of attractive when he gives you a chance to talk, not necessarily like making all decisions by himself and deciding and saying, yeah, this is fine or no. That's not attractive.
Hold on, I want to give you some pushback real quick. You said that he would go eating alone.
Yeah. Why is
Just-
he making? Yeah.
Just because you don't eat what you said, shellfish.
Yeah.
Just because you don't eat shellfish don't mean you don't like other stuff on the menu.
No, at all. He made that decision. He said first.
Yeah. So
So
what
what
he
if
made the
I get
decision.
there? What if I get there and he'd be like, no, you're eating this. No, he made
Mm-hmm.
that's a red flag.
I'm still confused on that one. I can't let that brush over. I'm sorry, cause if there's a guy who's taking you out on a date and it was he prepared, it was his choice to go pick the place. He know that you don't like shellfish, but there's other things on the menu that you can choose. How are you going to say, oh, because you're going to a seafood restaurant that you ain't going? Like, to me, that
What
doesn't
if
make
I
any
don't like
sense.
even the smell? You can go somewhere else.
Just because you don't like shellfish don't mean you don't like no other type of fish.
What if you're vegan? What if you're vegan and
Well,
every
you gotta
restaurant he
start.
takes
You gotta start the story off. You asked the question about shellfish only, which is not normal for people to eat shellfish. At least for me,
It's not normal.
When you say shellfish, what is shellfish to you?
Shellfish, lobsters, crabs.
So I don't eat
crab
shellfish.
legs. I don't
eat
either.
crabs and all that stuff. So, but if my wife wanted to go to, she know I don't eat that shellfish, but I'm not gonna say no. We're not gonna go to a restaurant, whether I was treating or she was treating. I'm not gonna say, oh, if you're gonna go there, you're gonna eat alone. But I'm not gonna pick on you today and say that's why you're single. I'm not gonna say that today. Shania, what about you?
Yeah, I like a man who is decisive, but they should also like listen to my opinion and not just make decision based on what he thinks and dismisses me. Yep. So he has to listen to me first.
Hey, I just wanna put this out there because I'm the one that edit the podcast. I recall you, particular Shania, on another podcast saying that you need to be heard, that you need to be equal. You said that like 2 podcasts ago, that you need to be heard. You want equal rights. It should be equality. So how is it all of a sudden now you're switching up on us and saying that 2 episodes later, you saying that no, as long as I'm heard, it's okay. He can choose as long as he hears me out. That's not what you were saying before. You do recognize that, right?
I'm not switching sides. I'm just saying it's a good quality for a man to have, but I don't like it when maybe they dismiss me like or something. So
I
they
don't
just
think
compromise or something.
I don't think it's necessarily dismissive. True story. Why I brought that whole scenario up is because when I first dated my husband, I was vegetarian, actually vegan. So I didn't eat any byproducts. So no dairy, no milk. And everywhere he took me, it was just a regular steakhouse. And all I could eat was like a baked potato. I literally for like 5 days. It was a baked potato, plain baked potatoes. But it was either we did go to a vegan restaurant and he hated it. But I mean, I was like, it was my choice. That's what I was vegan, and I didn't mind it because actually when I went out with my friends, that's exactly what I did. So he made the decision and I was just like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. He didn't say, hey, we'll try. He was like, no, I don't like vegan.
All right, hold on. I gotta ask this question. Are you professing to be vegan now?
No,
Oh,
no.
all right. It's not to
I
say. I'm not
mean,
about to call you out like,
right now, the
oh,
meat,
gotta
no,
bring you
no.
front. We gotta
That's
bring you front of the
literally
church.
no. I had to change. I literally had to change because once we got married and everything, it was I had to change. That's what that is. The next one is
Praise the Lord.
assertiveness.
Fourth quality is being assertive. I definitely like the word assertive more than aggression, but it was compared. Assertiveness is controlled aggression. All right. And so think about it like this: when someone's aggressive, they're loose cannon. They might be the guy who picks a fight rather than is prepared to handle what comes his way. You know what I'm saying? He is a little more unstable, the aggressive person. He lacks awareness as far as what lines not to cross and how to set proper boundaries or how to respect other people's boundaries as well. Whereas the man who is assertive stands strong in himself, is able to handle business. He is going to handle the challenge or the threat that comes his way, but he ain't going out there looking for threats. He ain't going out there looking for problems. For what? A wise man doesn't move like that. Wise man is focused on his purpose, his work, what he needs to be doing, his family, his loved ones, all that stuff, not getting into trouble. So you want to be assertive. You also assertive in the sense of being able to take control when necessary, being able to lead when necessary. And I say when necessary because, listen, I believe as a man, it's not about always having to be the leader. A strong man knows how to take a step back. As a man, we do have to understand when there's moments that we should step back, but we have to be prepared and ready to take the lead when necessary. And so assertiveness plays into all of that. And you definitely want to cultivate the ability to embrace being assertive in all aspects of your life.
Fritz, do you consider yourself an assertive man or more aggressive?
I would say I have a fine line between both.
Yeah, because you said you jumped them in.
Yeah. I mean, the scenario, if the scenario permits that my girlfriend would get disrespected or something like that, or she would feel embarrassed or ashamed. If the scenario permits it, then definitely you can come into that. I could come into that zone where you just want to protect her and something like that. But definitely when it comes to like things that would have internal issues, that's the time that you could be more in cruise control. Maybe I would want to know the things that I need to know. For example, what my girlfriend is going through and what she's feeling, just so that I would have not really control, but an idea or awareness on what's happening and how can we move forward or through it.
Okay. All right.
Let me interject on this one because I like what he said, but I also don't agree with what he said. I think he said that a man should sometimes take a step back because a leader knows how to take a step back. And in the last conversation that we had on this show, one of the things that were pointed out is that me personally, I don't believe, and I think there was a few of the young ladies that also agree with me that a man should always take the lead. But I don't feel like a man taking a step back is not him being a leader. I think that's him delegating. If my wife is better at doing something than I am, I don't need to be in the forefront or be the person to do it. That I don't look at that as being taking a step back. That is delegating the responsibility to my wife for her being the person that is better equipped to handle certain things. But that doesn't mean that I'm not leading. I just feel like that's more of delegation. So I do agree with what he's saying. I think women are attracted to assertive men as long as the man is responsible in his assertiveness and not using it as aggressive. But I don't know if I disagree with his wording as far as, or maybe his wording is totally different from maybe his meaning is what I'm saying, but put in said differently. But I feel like a man is I don't feel like a man is not taking the lead by him delegating responsibility or putting someone in the forefront before him, Jen.
Okay. Kathy, you like assertive men? Short
Yeah, I
answer.
do.
Okay. All right.
Why?
Like when he is like taking the lead in a relationship. So no, just like that.
You putting that on your dating app? Assertiveness? Did I?
Yeah, I would put that in there. Because I don't like when men are too aggressive. So I don't like aggressive men.
So you'd rather than be assertive and just stand firm and be, to me, that his definition of assertiveness kind of went hand in hand with confidence. Like he's right there. He's going to say what he says. And he's confident with where he's at it. What about you, Mers? You're good with assertive, or do you need an aggressive man?
I'm good with assertive, not aggressive. I like when my man notices if I'm mad and he does something about it in an instant rather than he doesn't know, he's not aware why I'm mad and he doesn't do something about it.
Jen, real quick, we're getting, which one do
Yeah,
you want?
I like a man who is able to stand up for his or other people's rights in a calm and positive manner, without being aggressive or just passively accepting the wrong. And I like him to be able to put his point across without uh like upsetting other people.
That makes sense. I like that definition. That's good. I actually am going against my cousin because I do like his definition of it. I do the wording, take a step back. Like if my husband can't drive and I drive, I mean, he's gonna have to be behind the wheel. He can't be right there and just delegate to me. I'm literally gonna have to be behind the wheel, and I don't want him driving from the passenger seat. I understand what you're saying, but I think that taking a step back,
but
is not a
you
bad
also are contradicting yourself as well.
How?
Because you also on the last podcast, when asked the same question that everyone was asked, you said that a man should always lead.
Oh no, I still think he's leading. That's fine. He's leading, but him taking a step back doesn't mean he's not leading.
But this is all masculine. This is all masculine energy that we're speaking of, and we all you're all speaking of it from a leadership standpoint to some degree. On you list down to the dominance, to assertiveness, to confidence. These are all these roles that we're saying from a woman being attracted to a man. And all I was saying was he could be saying whatever he is saying. It's just that I don't like if you're driving, you are leading, but that doesn't mean you are leading as the person driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
But the decision on who's to drive, who makes that decision? If your husband is saying, "Hey, babe, I want you to drive because you know where you're going," or whatever the case may be,
I can see better at night.
Yeah, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
That's not him being a leader. That's him delegating the responsibility over to you and you being able to handle it. In most relationships, the man is always the one driving. Is that not true?
It depends. No, with me, it's whatever car.
I said in most relationships. So we can also say that possibly you don't have a normal relationship. I don't know.
My friends like Chastity that you met, no, her husband likes for her to drive. So I don't know. Maybe so in most relationships.
In most relationships, the man is the main one driving. In most relationships, I could tell you just this past Sunday, my wife took the car to go somewhere, and when she came back, I know that she wanted me to get in the driver's seat and drive, but I jumped in the passenger seat quickly because I didn't want to drive. I would prefer sometimes to chill and relax and not be the one driving all the time. And I know that bothered her, but she drove. She didn't argue with me. But normally, my wife doesn't like driving. She would rather me drive all the time.
Night, I prefer myself to drive. I can see better at night.
Than your husband? See, depending on where we was going, I would say, all right, Jen, you drive. But depending on where we going, I would be cool with you driving. But I don't know, y'all. That's dynamics. If me and you was both getting in the car together, and it's your car, like let's say it was a rental car, or whatever the case may be, and let's say I rented the car, and it's at nighttime. I don't know if I'm gonna say, oh, Jen, you're the better driver here at night. Take the keys. I never experienced you driving at night. But my thing is, if I did give you the keys, that's not me not being a leader. It's not me not being masculine. That's just me saying, hey, Jen, drive. You understand? Fritz, do you feel where I'm coming from, Fritz?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
So that's not me being weaker than you. That's not me saying you're leading me now.
I agree on that. I feel like his wording, take a step back, is not him not being a leader. I feel like his word.
Then we're saying the same thing. I just said that he's just verbalizing it differently. I just wanted to make sure that I put it out there because some of us have said on the last podcast that men should always take the lead.
They're the final thing, the head of my household.
But we also had a conflict on the podcast when we said use the words men taking a step back. That was put to the forefront, and I don't look at him taking a step back as you saying, hey, wife, you drive because you're a better driver at night. That's not him taking a step back. To be truthfully honest with you, I don't know if I will ever take a step back. I don't know what taking a step back technically means. I understand what he's trying to say in that regards, and I don't look at that as taking a step back. I look at that as delegating. If you're a better person for the situation, then you handle it. You know what I mean? And I put my trust in that you will handle it. That's, to me, delegation. That's organization. That's vision. That's not taking a step back, in my opinion.
All right. That's how you define it. Okay. With that being said, number 5 is being a man of your word.
So number 5 is being a man of your word. Do not be one of these guys who talk the talk but don't walk the walk. And if you can't walk it, don't talk it. Nothing wrong with recognizing your limitations. Nothing wrong with recognizing, hey, this is something I can do or I can handle. And specifically how this translates into relationships is too many times it can be very frustrating for women to have to deal with a man who they either have to constantly be on top of to get something done that you said you were going to do and then never actually do it. Or it goes weeks without doing it. Now, if you are in a relationship or when you are dating a woman, what you want to learn how to do is don't just say, I'm going to do it to get her off your back. If you honestly don't want to do it for whatever reason, I'd rather you say that than to tell her you're going to do it and not do it.
Fritz, are you guilty of that?
No.
You're not? You're not married yet. That's why. I do that a lot.
You do what?
I tell my wife that I'll do something when I know I don't want to do it. Just
but
to
you
get her
do
to
it.
Leave me alone.
To complete the task.
At some point in time, yeah.
Yeah, that's being man of your words.
Yeah.
It's not. I would say, it's not the desire for it, but you still do it, regardless or despite of you don't have the feel to do it.
Yeah, I do it. I guess the difference between this for me is men and women. Like when you agree to do something, they want you to do it right then and there. And for me, it's like I'll do it when I feel like doing it.
If that's gonna be the case, then yes, I'll be guilty. But sticking to doing it regardless, like the timing or whatever, then yeah. But if she wants to do it right away, or something like in a manner that she wants to do it right away, then definitely.
I'll give you a quick for instance. Like in my house, when the garbage is getting packed up, and I know, like, when I'm like, yo, I just took the garbage out, like literally 8 hours ago, and she's like, honey, the garbage is packed. Okay, it's gonna be packed until I feel like going out there and taking it out. Like, I'm not getting up right then and there. She'll remind me, and I tell her, like, yeah, I'll do it. Just I'll do it when I'm ready to go out there and do it. Like, I don't need you to keep reminding me to take the garbage out. Like, I'm like, literally, I just took it out 8 hours ago. There's no reason why the garbage should be packed up again. However, it is. Why are you looking like that, Jen?
I must be spoiled because it's right now.
Mercedes, is it like that in your house? When you want something done, it's done right now?
Yes, my husband is like Jennifer's husband as well. It's right now. I'm the total opposite of that when it comes to housework. So I rely on that to him, especially the garbage. Yeah.
What about
But
you,
actually,
Jenny?
he doesn't promises anything for me. He's a man who does the actions, not the
Mhm.
words.
Mhm.
I always hear that a lot.
Well, like for me, I don't know if me saying I'm gonna take the garbage out is not a promise. That's just me saying I'll take it out when I feel like taking it out. That's not me saying if I'm a promise to do something, I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do.
In a
But I'm
timely
not.
manner.
Who defines what the timely manner is?
Oh, if the garbage is full.
Before the garbage truck passes.
No.
Jenny, in your house, do you see Jenny? Do you want your husband to jump when you say jump?
No,
We're not saying that. Don't try
I
to
don't
put that one on us.
do that,
That's what it sounds like.
but myself don't do things like when he tells me to do something, he wanted me to do it like right away. I take it like I do it at my own pace. I don't want to be hurried, and
Yeah,
so
so
I
so
expect
then
that
you
of him.
can't demand nothing if you don't do it yourself.
That's what she's saying.
Yeah.
Kathy, you
Treat
gonna let the garbage overflow? You want your man to let the garbage overflow?
No, I can take it out. We can't. I don't have to pressure him to take it out.
Yeah, so
See,
if
I appreciate a woman like that who wants to stand firm in their independence when they want to be. Do I want you to take the garbage out? Absolutely not.
Did you
See,
say
I think
you're gonna take the garbage out, or did you say teach him how to take the garbage out? Or
she said she would take it out herself, right? That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah, I said that.
oh
Yeah,
no.
that's what she said. And I'm saying, to me, to be honest with you, if she really wanted me to get up and do something, her taking it out would be more of a signal to me to get up and do it now. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's like more of an
Done.
embarrassment.
It's done.
Fritz, am I lying, Fritz? If she starts taking it out and stuff, like, it's like now you're gonna feel
like
guilty a little bit. Like, come on.
Yeah.
she tells you to do something and you don't do it quickly and she does it herself, that means she's pissed off.
That's right.
I
That's
don't
right.
care
I'll
about her
pick
being
it.
pissed
I
off.
will pick it and then give you a look. You should job. Then take it out.
Correct. Yeah.
That part I don't care about personally, me.
Yeah.
But if you catch an attitude or whatever the case may be, that's your prerogative. But I would feel like, why you couldn't wait until I just take it out? Like, what's the hurry about you?
Yeah. What's the urgency?
It's
just the
full.
garbage.
It's
garbage.
full.
Oh, and maybe it's
Full.
smelly.
It's stinky. Right.
The
No,
garbage
but
truck.
my wife uses that. My wife uses that answer all the time, and I don't smell anything. I don't know what you're talking about, yo.
You can.
Shania, are you taking out the garbage, or are you looking for a man of his word, or are you taking out the garbage yourself?
Well, see, I don't agree with your state. I don't like how you worded that. I don't like how you
I'm
worded
not
that.
taking out. I'm
You're
not
not?
taking out the. Yeah, I'm not. But when I ask him to take out the garbage, I don't mean it like do it immediately or something. Just take it out at your own time when you want to take it out, but make sure you take
I
it.
think I'm spoiled. I think even with all this computer issues that I was having, when my husband said we were talking about we needed the wiring, he had it wired. I mean, and then when I had told him I wanted it in one room or whatever, and he was upset that I had changed the rooms or whatever, the miscommunication, because he felt like he didn't have it done. So he was like, so you want it in this room? So he likes to get things done. He's more proactive. So he's definitely a man of his word.
I don't see. I got to stick up for the men. I don't like the verbiage that you're using. That's just because I don't want to take it out when you want me to take it out doesn't mean that I'm not proactive.
Not when I want to take it out when it's full, but okay.
I mean, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that he wants you to do that you don't do right away when he asks you to do 'em. See, listen, because women to me are, and I don't mean to shoot shots at all the women on the call, but women to me are hypocritical. The hypocrisy behind what they do is it's always a double standard with them. You know what I mean? So they don't ever want to bear the responsibility when it's time to put it on them. It's always an excuse or something of that sort. You know what I mean? And me, I just play the game fair, man. That's all. Fair.
The golden rule.
Yeah. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. If you want me to jump when you say jump, then jump when I tell you to jump. If you ain't jumping when I'm telling you to jump, then I'm not jumping when you telling me to jump. And if I ask you to do something, you want to do it on your own time, I'm not pissed off about it. It's like, all right, cool. I'm not going to catch an attitude or whatever the case may be. And because I am the type of person I am, if I ask you to do something and you don't do it when I want you to do it, I'll do it myself. I could tell you the other day, I said to my wife, babe, can you make me a hot tea? She was like, all right, after I finished watching TV. So I was like, all right, cool. Then I went and sat in the room and I'm like, man, bump this, man. I'm about to make my tea myself. And I went in and made it myself. And I walked out, smiled at it, and kept it moving. Like, it wasn't no beef. I wasn't mad at her or nothing. It's just, I didn't feel like waiting for you to watch some corny TV show so I can drink hot tea.
Oh, but her TV show had to be corny.
Yeah, for me, like, I could see if you was like indebted into like a real good show, but you watching some nonsense, man. Like, I might as well make the tea myself if you're not gonna move when I want you to move.
That may have been how she felt with the garbage thing, but okay, at least you kept yourself composed. Which
you should be happy that you're not married to a guy like me and Fritz, because there've been a couple of times my wife has been pushing me to take the garbage out, and I'm like, yo, literally, I just took the garbage out. Let's say it's 1:30 and she gets up work at 5 o'clock and the garbage is full again, or she'll say it's stinking the house or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, yo, fam, I just took the garbage out. So if you got an issue, then you take the garbage out. I'm not taking the garbage out right now.
Oh, wow. Well, my husband he's up on it. But our garbage, we got a lot of people, so our garbage fills up fast.
Continue. Yeah, but I can't be taking out the garbage every 2 hours, man. That just doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I should get a bigger garbage can.
Do you feel me, Fritz? I mean, am I wrong here? No.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. I think I would relate in the degree with my mom when she tries to command or tells me.
You said it right. Go ahead, man. Command.
Yeah, command you to do something. You know, you have to get your laundry out and stuff. Yes, I'm not being a man of my word when I'll try to be a man of my word when I take it out, not when the command immediately stop. I'm gonna put it out on after what I finish what I'm doing, or there's something that I'm doing at the time. So I think it's the timing matters, but it doesn't. You wouldn't necessarily be someone who's not a man of your word if you did not obey it immediately.
So what I'm gathering from this is if she asks you to take out the garbage and you don't take out the garbage, from you and Aaron, if you don't take out the garbage, it's because it's like whenever you feel the time is appropriate. Okay, for you. So there's no set time. But if she begins to gather up the garbage and take it out, you will then jump up to take out the garbage.
That's what you
said before. Did he not say?
I said that.
I feel a little bit bad, so I'll take it.
I feel a little bit bad, but if I just took the garbage out like 2 hours ago, I'm not gonna feel bad. Like, if you want to go and do it, then do you, man. I'm not sweating you if you're going to take the garbage out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. But if I said, there have been times when I said, hey, I'll take the garbage out before I go to bed, and then I forget and I wake up. I'll go in and apologize automatically. I said I was going to take the garbage out. My bad. I'm about to do it now. Before she said, I'll own up to it. But if it was the other way around, it wouldn't happen that way. I would have to say something. Like, yo, I thought you said you was going to do this. Oh, well, this is what happened. Just say I'm sorry, man, and keep it moving, man, because I'm not even trying to make a big deal about it. But like I said, it's a double standard in this situation.
No, I think we need wifey on here to defend herself.
Okay. The
Listen,
thing
I ain't
about
scared of wifey,
women is
man.
that we are not waiting our man to tell us what to do. It's like we have this proactiveness to us. For example, if it's coming the 12 noon, like lunchtime, we had everything prepared already. The
Go ahead.
dishes,
Oh my
the
God.
kids are being taken care of.
Jennifer, you're
Um,
lying. Jennifer, you're cheerleading over there. You was the one on the podcast 3 podcasts ago saying that you was harassing your husband every time you leave to go get lunch. You would be
Oh
acting how
no,
you
oh no,
supposed to.
no. But let me say, when my husband goes to get lunch, that I sleep. I work third shift. So my husband, he goes out to get lunch because he works from home. So that's his like respite away from being in the house 24/7. So that's why. But when it comes to dinner time, that dinner is on the table.
We have our we as
Enough
men we
of
have our own proactiveness, like not in a sense where what there's certain areas as that men are proactive. For example, what you've mentioned, leading and planning and all that, we are proactive on those kind of stuff as well. But when we talk about, like, for example, household chores, of course feminine or the women would be more proactive on those stuff. That's why we're kind of arguing about who that does the timing matter, or if it's commanded immediately, would we obey? Are we a man of our words? Of course, we are being proactive in different manners, in different areas as well. It's just that when we talk about household chores, if you would command us to do something, more often than not, we would do it on our own pace or timing. But if it is urgent, then definitely we're gonna do it.
I agree
Praise
with
God for my
Prince.
man. Thank you, God, for Lyndon Evans. Okay, so the next one.
This
The
is the
sixth
last one we're gonna do
trait.
for the
Okay,
day.
cool. That's the ability to be composed, to keep your composure. Praise God.
Number 6, and the sixth masculine trait women love to see in men is the ability to be composed, composure. All right. So here's the thing, as a man, so many men nowadays being so emotionally reactive, all right, being so easily triggered. I'm seeing men going back and forth with women and insulting them. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. It does not mean you are not allowed to feel your emotions. I don't want y'all suppressing yourself, but I want you to learn how to be composed. And if you need a moment, take a moment, step aside and let things out. Cool, but don't let it cause you to become unstable. Don't allow it to cause you to now react before you process things. That's not a good look. And again, it's not even just about women. For you as a man, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble if you become too emotionally reactive. Think before you react. Pray before you react. Process. Take a moment.
This one for me is almost, they could have put this one on number one. I I I think this is high value for me. For a man to be composed, especially in dealing with a woman. Let me say really quickly that I wasn't used to that when I married my husband. Oh my gosh, when he is at work, he is focused in anything. He doesn't get excited easily. He doesn't you can't rile him up very easily. And I wasn't used to that because when I'm riled up, I'm like, rah, and he's like, yeah, okay. So I'm not sure. To me, initially, it wasn't attractive to me. I didn't really see that in my husband until later on in marriage, or realize that in my husband. But it is definitely, I value it highly for my husband. How about you, Jennifer? With your husband, how is he?
I definitely don't like a man who's very hot-headed. I like him to be very composed at all times. If he is angry, he should be able to let steam off first before coming into the situation and doing anything that would get him into trouble or harm himself.
Right, because as the head of the household, I mean, whatever he does, even if he puts himself at risk, then that's a deck of cards. He's the head. So if the head is knocked off, then everything else is gonna be gone. Mers, your husband is composed, or how is
no,
he?
no,
Is
he's
that
not.
attractive that he's not? Do you like that he's not necessarily composed? Because I actually, like I said, initially I didn't find it attractive.
I don't like it when he's not composed because he gets angry and he always shouts because he has this army training before where his superiors are always shouting at each other, so he kind of have that mentality, especially to me. So I talked to him and said that no, it's getting, it's hurting me when you're having that kind of argument with me, when you're always shouting at me. And he always works in his he's trying to change his attitude towards me, and it took him a long time to change, but now he's changing.
That's cool. And actually, let me just add this, that even if a person isn't shouting, a man cannot raise his voice and still words can be fiery darts. And so for him to be able to bridle his tongue when a woman is, or in a situation, and maintain his composure and think about the entire situation, like I said, initially, I'm like, it used to be like with Fritz. If somebody says something to me, I want my man to rah rah. Come on, let's get, like, did you say something about my woman? But thinking about everything, thinking about these are 6 men. I want to walk away. I got to provide for my family. Maintaining that composure, not, like I said, not having a quick tongue. That's big. Kathy, what you want? Do you like composure, or do you want him to stand up?
Now, self-composure is good. You have to compose yourself, and like you think before you act. You might hurt someone, and some men, they love shouting a lot when they are speaking. Even if they are saying something nice, they have to shout, like to be heard. But I would like someone who is composed, not to just talk. You have to think things through.
Jania, do you like a soft-spoken man that's composed, or do you want him to buck up?
I don't like it when men sometimes are too dramatic. So just take your time to respond to things. So you have to be composed. I think it's an attractive maybe trait for men to have.
Yeah, like I said, initially I didn't like it. I think that, Fritz, are you a composed man? Despite the fact that you said you would fight all the dudes, I'm gonna keep on going back to that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think I'm a composed man, but I'm coming from something that, for example, I'm a man, right? No, not an example. I'm a man, and then I would, thinking about thinking about my relationship. You're gonna set your mind to, I'm gonna provide for her, I'm gonna be protective of her, and all those stuff, and I'm not gonna let anything or anyone who disrespect her or do something that I don't like. So if you are going to be, or putting yourself on that mindset, circumstances like that would allow you to tap onto that link where, okay, that's the thing that I need right now. So that's where I'm coming from. But yeah, if we're talking about situations like there's some sort of disaster or anything that, pumps the blood too much, then definitely I would say I'm a bit composed, I would say.
Chris, you good, man. I'm gonna give you a shout out, man, because we've been verbally attacked on this podcast today, man.
What?
We kept ourselves composed from them telling us we need to take out the garbage when they want us to, and all that stuff.
Right
man.
now,
we kept ourselves composed in this conversation, brother. So you good. And I want to say to you too, man. Like, I think when I was your age, maybe even a little younger, and especially going up in my teenage years, I probably would have answered the question the same way you did. You know what I'm saying? As far as if there was a whole bunch of guys and everything. But once you start, especially when you get to a point when you got responsibilities and people that is counting on you for stuff, you gotta start thinking, you know what I mean, ahead, and thinking like, yo, this could be a situation where it'll hinder me from being able to hold it down and do what I got to do. Me personally, though, even now, I think I'm a very composed person, but I just don't. I have a low toleration for disrespect. So if I feel like somebody's being just disrespectful, I will be assertive in checking them on that. But like my wife, she knows like my wife knows my personality, and she know when I'm starting to feel like, yo, this dude being disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Just, this situation is being disrespectful. And I would want my wife to be like what these young ladies said, to pull you aside and not want you to be aggressive and assertive as much as you would like. It'll just keep you from going to jail or getting into trouble, more headaches than you would want to deal with, or whatever the case may be, or getting jumped or beat up or whatever. But and I feel like for me, I feel like a lot of times guys would do that because you're by yourself. Now, I mean, if you had 10 guys with you and they tried that, it wouldn't go down that way. But because you with your lady, that's when they would take the opportunity to take advantage of the situation. You know what I mean? But you got to cooler heads will always prevail. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm a person that don't do disrespect. And usually when I want to address something, I try to process and think like 4 or 5, 6. I know the girls have heard me said this before. I like to think about 6, 7 steps ahead. So I like to already think about how you're going to answer the question if I challenge you on it, or whatever the case may be. I like to plan ahead and think ahead and the course of actions, how this going to end, how it's going to settle. So with that being said, I want to give a shout out to Kazo for highlighting this podcast today. Let's give her a round of applause.
Thank you, and thank you to Napkins all over the world.
Napkins all over the world. Yo, we're going to sign out. We out of here. Peace and love. We'll do a part 2 to this one to finish it up. And yo, we out. Holla at your boy. Let's get it. We out here.